Hey guys, what's up? This is the third video of the PSG-1, and we're going to be talking about upgrade parts. So, yeah, version 4 Gearbox in the Tokyo Marui PSG-1 is extremely proprietary, meaning almost every single part is specific, not only for the gearbox, but for the gun. So I'm going to go over bit by bit if there's upgrade parts available still, and where you can find them. So first on the list, I'm going to go down by sheet that I have here. We'll get the easy one out of the way. Gears. You need upgraded gears. Probably I would recommend 450 and up. If you're doing a 400 FPS build, the stock gears are actually pretty good. They're not crap like a lot of the next gen gears, etc. And even those are actually pretty sturdy. But point is, you don't need upgraded gears unless you're really doing like a sniper or basically, yeah, like a sniper build. The stock gears will last you a while. Good news. Bad news, you ain't finding any replacement at all. Tough luck. That's really the only part in the gearbox that matters that you can't find. Sistema is the only brand of PSG-1 gears, and they've been long since discontinued. Any Sistema PSG-1 parts are going to be extremely rare. I was fortunate enough to find all the parts, so I will have full Sistema internals. Gears. Toughy. That's about it. That's the good news, though. That's the only part you're going to have trouble with. The other ones, extremely easy to find, and there's multiple websites where you can find them. So, next on the list is this guy. This is a normal version 2.5 cylinder, so, I mean, SHS makes one specific for the PSG-1. You can find one that's, and they're all steel and full length in steel. You can find one that is on eHobby Asia for $12.50. It's by Garter. And there's also a Garter cylinder at Fire Support UK for €13. So, two resources. Garter is the only one that I found that makes specific, but you can buy any version 2.5 cylinder and it should still work just fine. Next on the list is the cylinder head, which you can obviously see is proprietary. These cylinder heads are also produced by Garter. They're the only one besides Sistema that makes these. And we'll go into that. So the upgraded part is obviously aluminum, and it has a double O-ring. So it's a very nice cylinder head that gives you great compression. Both made by Garter, one at eHobby Asia for $20 and one at Fire Support UK for €19. So you have your pick there as well. The next important part, which is the piston, which I actually broke the last tooth off of mine because I did a dumb and assembled the motor correct, like how it said, but it was actually backwards. So instead of pulling the piston back, it pushed it forward and it ripped the back tooth off. Embarrassing moment, but I actually have a Sistema piston on the way. So pistons, you actually have 4 different brands. That's as much variety as you're ever going to get with the PSG-1. You've got Garter, GMP, Garter again, oh never mind, 3 brands, Garter, GMP, and Sistema. The Garter and Sistema each have one metal tooth like this, and the body is an extremely strong polycarbonate. It will never break on you, essentially. Unless you really put like a 600 FPS spring, which I guess they do make the 400% Sistema spring, but that's besides the point. So the Garter piston you're going to find at eHobby Asia for $16.50. The GMP and Garter one you can also find at Fire Support UK. The GMP is, I guess they're both €17. So, and the last one is a Sistema piston it's also polycarbonate with a one tooth, as I said before, and it's actually from Airsoft GI here in the States, and that one is going to be $27.49. Everything Sistema is going to be really, really expensive, but they're worth it. I actually bought a Sistema piston for the PSG-1 from Airsoft GI, so there's that. Moving on to the piston head, which I guess all in the same unit. Tokyo Marui stocks are, the spring is attached to the piston head. That's why this is all in one unit. Piston head is going to be ball bearing. It's going to be aluminum and ported. You're going to find one made by Prometheus from eHobby Asia for $25 and one made by Garter from Fire Support UK for €13. So again, you've got some selection there. Next, we're going to move on to a very important compression piece, which is the air nozzle specific to the PSG-1. The upgrade part is polycarbonate with an internal O-ring, so that'll increase your compression by quite a bit. Prometheus, Garter, and Lonex makes these. You're going to find the Prometheus one at eHobby Asia for $11.80, and you can find the Garter, Promi, and the Lonex nozzle from Fire Support UK for €9, €11, and €9 respectively. So, of course, you're going to pay more for Prometheus. Springs. Again, these are proprietary, and you've got a very good selection on this. They're kind of a mystery, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this. The two different brands, Garter makes them, and Systema. The Garter springs are the SP100, SP120, and SP150. These roughly translate to an M100, M20, 120, and M150. I ordered the SP150 from eHobby Asia, and that is the highest spring. I actually found the Systema 300 while I was going through this list. But both of those, the Systema 300 is going to get you around 525, 550, and the SP150 is probably around 500 feet per second. The SP120 about 400, SP100 about 350. Systema 200% somewhere around 420 to 450, and Systema 160% I think is just below 400 or in the 370s. So where you can find these at, the SP100 and SP150 are both by Garter, and you can find them at eHobby Asia for $8.50 and $14 respectively. The SP120 by Garter you can find at Fire Support UK, and that is €12. And the Systema 160 and Systema 200% you can find at Airsoft GI for $8.80 and $12.65 respectively. And the last one, the head honcho, the Systema 300% big ass spring, you can find at Fire Support UK for €25. By far the most expensive. It's also the most rare. The Systema 300s were very popular in their FTK kits, which if you can find one, buy it. Moving on to our next component, we have the spring guide, also proprietary, obviously. The upgraded part is steel, and it's also has ball bearing, so this is actually going to also increase the FPS a little bit, as well as relieve a lot of stress off your gearbox. The brands for these are Systema and Garter. You can find the Systema one off eHobby Asia for $23, and you can find the Garter one on eHobby Asia for $12. And you can also find the Garter one off Fire Support UK for €13. Next part after that is this rail stopper bit. Systema makes these, and King Arms makes these. This slides over the top portion right here to further reinforce the top so that the gearbox doesn't split apart. These come in the Systema FTK kits. You can also buy this piece separately. That is a Systema piece from an FTK, but eHobby Asia sells the King Arms version, which is same steel except it's black, for $8. So if you upgrade your gearbox, it's a nifty little thing that they put on there. I'm not sure if the stock gearbox comes with one. If it does, then whatever, use that. It's the same damn thing. The next thing are the combos. So this is like a mini FTK, except it's not a full tune-up kit, but it is a tune-up kit for the PSG-1. Garter makes one and Systema makes one. The Garter one comes with the Garter upgraded cylinder head, piston head, and air nozzle. Those are all the aforementioned parts. Internal O-ring, steel non-ported, double O-ring, steel or aluminum, whatever. The upgraded piston and the piston head, I already talked about all those pieces separately. You can buy the kit from eHobby Asia with those components for $52 or from Fire Support UK for €56. Now the next tune-up kit comes from Sistema, and it's the only one to my knowledge that's in stock. It's over, I purchased, well I guess I'll go into that later. It's by Sistema, and it comes with the Sistema cylinder, Sistema ported piston head, the cylinder head, and the air nozzle. So everything that the Garter kit has minus the piston, major compression parts. And that one is $54.45 off of Airsoft GI. So ASGI still carries a lot of Sistema PSG-1 parts. They are the highest quality, and they're also extremely rare. Now, that's the parts, that's where you can find them new. If you want to go hunting, you can find those parts used off eBay, Hop Up, whatever. So a lot, like almost this entire build is extremely rare and unique. I'll go through what I personally have in mind and what I'm putting into it. Start from going down up. I have a Sistema high torque medium type motor that was in the 300 FTK. Along with that, I have Sistema bushings that are 6mm, and I have the Sistema gear set. So all that is Sistema. Moving on up, I have the Sistema piston I mentioned. I have the Sistema compression tune-up kit, which includes the Sistema piston head, cylinder head, and air nozzle. I have a Garter ball bearing spring guide, and I also have I bought 3 springs. I bought a Garter SP150. I got a Sistema 160% and a Sistema 200%. So 350, 425 to 450, and 500 FPS. And I'm probably just going to leave it at the 500 FPS, since my semi-sniper limits at my field are actually 600. So, but if I do want to bring it to an AMS event or MSW event or whatever as a DMR, I can swap in the 200% and get right at that 450 mark. So, oh yeah, and this Sistema bit here, but whatever. King Arms makes a tappet plate. If you're looking for a tappet plate, I didn't include that because it's not a big deal. And again, the spring is just a P90 style spring. There's also some stock parts that you can buy, like they're still extremely hard to find, but like the trigger or selector plate or whatever. So yeah, pretty much covers all that. For the trigger mechanism, there is no upgrade part for that. There is a Chimera mod I mentioned in another video. If you look that up, just Chimera PSG-1 mod. Kingdom of Airsoft Sam Liggett has put out a in-depth video along with his ultimate PSG-1 upgrade guide. Go ahead and check those out. And Luke Mosley also has a video, or not a video, but a guide on a forum about how he did that with his. Sam takes it one step further and adds the second Panasonic detection switch for the cutoff lever right here for the pre-cocking mechanism. And that's all wired to a Chimera MK2 MOSFET. You have to find a MOSFET that it doesn't have to have pre-cocking. The Chimera has pre-cocking, and it also has wires, which you're able to cut since it's not like a Titan that's just a trigger board. So, and there's wiring guides on that and how I wired all of that up. So it goes from the 5 cable data wire to a 3. One for the trigger, one for the cutoff, and then there's a few mix and match, putting them together and whatnot. So that covers all the upgrades. In case, I'm just going to throw this out there, the hop-up chamber is proprietary. It is absolutely amazing, great design, much like the G36 and G3. The hop-up bucking is AEG. The barrel is also AEG. Any standard barrel will work in that. Currently, in my upper receiver, I have a PDI R-hopped 6.05 by 509mm barrel. sporting a modified Lonex 70-degree bucking that's got that nub removed, or mound removed, and the hop-up nub right now is stock until I can get an M nub in there, but that is that. So pretty much that covers all of that upgrade parts for the PSG-1. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below and I will answer them. If you have trouble sourcing parts, hopefully you can use this as a reference. That'll help you guys out. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.